Okay, so you gotta make sure it's in y equals mx plus b form. Find your m, find your b, start at your b, down 3 over 1, because your slope is -3. Remember, -3 is technically over 1. Try to draw a nice straight line. Try is the key word there.
Actually, I did make a ruler.
Oh, classy when you got the ruler with. All right. Now, is this in y equals mx plus b form? Yeah, what's my m? -3. What's b? -1. Start at -1. Down 3 over 1. Try to draw a straight line. Oh my goodness, what does the next question say? It says, what do you notice about the two lines? What do you notice about them? They're parallel. And you know why I love the word parallel?
Because the two L's in parallel.
That's exactly right. The two L's in parallel are parallel. That's why I do love it. And it says, what do you notice about the equations? What do you notice here? They have the same m. All right, let's see what happens with this graph. Is that in my favorite form? No, how do I get it in my favorite form? Divide by 4, good, every single darn thing. And remember there's a 1 in front of that x. Please remember that. So you have y equals 1/4 x plus, what's 8 divided by 4? 2. Now it's in my favorite form. What's my m? 1/4. What's b? 2. Start at 2. Up 1 over 4. Okay. Is the next one in y equals mx plus b form? No. How do I get it to look like that? Subtract 3. So I'm left with y equals 1/4 x minus 3. So m is what? 1/4. B is -3. Start at b, start at -3, start at that y-intercept. Up 1 over 4. Oh my goodness, what do we notice about these lines again? They are parallel. If you drew them nicely, right? And what about the equations? They have the same what?
M.
Yeah, or slope, however you want to write it. Okay, and then the next one, you guys are going to say, we're not in English class, but too bad, we're doing it. It says, draw a conclusion that summarizes what you observed in complete sentences. We have to actually write a complete sentence.
That's not what you do.
It is what we're doing in math today, though. What do we notice about the lines?
They're parallel.
If two lines are parallel, okay, let's start with that. If two lines are parallel, then what? They have the same m, which would be what? Slope. Then they have the same slope. Look at that period at the end, capital I. So nice. Number 4. What is the slope of a line that is parallel to the line y equals -12? Okay, if I just have a plain old line y equals -12, is that a horizontal line or is that a vertical line? Raise your hand for vertical. Raise your hand for horizontal. Raise your hand if you can't remember. Okay. If it's y equals, so remember, if all else fails, you could always make a little xy chart for yourself. No matter what, y is always -12. So this could be like 1, 2, 3. So 1, -12 down here, 2, -12 down here, 3, -12. What kind of line is that? Horizontal, okay? So now I have that line, okay? But I want a line that's parallel to that. So I want to draw another line somewhere on this graph that's parallel. If I want to make an equation, I would use y equals mx plus b, but I just want the m. Well, if my line right here, what's my slope here? 0. So what's my slope on my next line going to have to be? 0. A 0 slope. Okay, number 5. Write an equation of a line. So I liked, someone said it last time. They said if we want an equation of a line, we need to use what? What's our favorite equation? Y equals mx plus b. So if it says write an equation of a line, you need to write y equals mx plus b right away. Then we have to find the m and have to find the b. Okay? That says that is parallel to this line. If it's parallel to that, they have the same what? M, slope. Is this in y equals mx plus b form?
No.
Yeah, because y is by itself, kind of. What's the number in front of the x? -2/3. So I know that's m. So I have y equals -2/3 x plus b. Still don't know b. Shucks. How can I find b? What else did they give me?
The point negative.
They gave me a point, which is an x comma y. Can I plug that in?
Wait, why wouldn't the b be a line? Isn't that the b?
This is the b for this line.
Oh.
But I want an equation of a line that goes through this point and is parallel to that line. So the only thing I need from that line is that slope, because I want it to be parallel. Good question. Can I put x in for x and y in for y? Yeah, let's try it. What's y? Y is 0, so I'm going to plug in 0. So I have 0 equals -2/3 times -3 plus b. Well, what's -2/3 times -3? What's 2/3 of 3? 2. Okay, if you can't remember how to do that, numerator, -2 times -3, +6, divide by 3, 2. Okay, so I have 0 equals 2 plus b. How do I get b by itself? Subtract that 2 over, yep. So b is -2. I have my m, I have my b, write my equation. I'm gonna go way over to this side to write it. So I have y equals -2/3 x plus -2 or just -2. So you want that m from that equation they give you because they want it to be parallel. Then they give you that point, so then you put in that for your x and y, solve for b. Make sense? All right, let's try another one. Number 6 says write an equation of a line that's parallel to this. Well, is this in my favorite form? No. Move these things over. So I have 3y equals 6 minus 2x, right? Is it in my favorite form now? No, what do I need to do? Divide by 3 on every single darn thing. So what is the m there? -2/3. Thank you. Number in front of the x. Remember, that's the one that's like married to x, I always say. It's right next to it. -2/3 is that m. So y equals mx plus b. Start with that. I know my m is -2/3, so I'm going to plug that in. Y equals -2/3 x plus b. Okay, now what? Use the point. X, y. Plug it in. 4 equals -2/3 times 0 plus b. Oh no, what happened? What did this become? 0. What's b? 4. Perfect. Can I write my equation? Yeah. y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. Ooh, that's getting really bad, isn't it? The bulb is like burning out, so it's really hard for you guys to see. I'm so sorry. I can't make it better. Okay, next page. Let's hope it holds out for the rest of the hour. People at home don't have this issue because they get to see it from the screen, from that. Graph both lines on the same coordinate plane. All right, here we go again. Is that in my favorite form? Yes or no? Yeah, what's M? 1/3. What's B? 3. Start at B. Then up 1/3. Is that one in my favorite form?
No.
No, what do I need to do? Subtract that 1 over. What's M? Negative 3. What's B? Negative 1. Start at B. Down 3 over how many? Over 1. Thank you. Remember that that regular number is over 1. Try to draw a straight line. These are definitely not parallel, are they? No, not parallel at all. They are intersecting. Oh, I like that word. Bet you were going to use that later. Someone said perpendicular. Bet you were going to use that later.
Determine whether each pair of lines is perpendicular.
Ooh, you're looking ahead. I like it. All right, graph both lines on the same coordinate plane. Is this in my favorite form? No. What should I do first? Plus the 4 over. So I have 2y equals x plus 4. Now what? Divide by 2 on every single darn thing. So I have y equals 1/2 x plus 2. M is 1/2. B is 2. Start at 2. Up 1/2. Is this in my favorite form? Yeah, what's M? Negative 2. Thank you for not forgetting the negative sign. And what's B? 5. Start at 5. Down 2 over 1. Ooh, intersecting again. I wonder if they're forming a right angle. Number 9.
Okay, I'm drawing my line. No.
Yeah, exactly. You got to make sure you're drawing it really nice in order to make that right angle.
No, I messed up.
Is that in my favorite form?
Yes.
Yeah, what's M? 2/3. What's B?
0.
Oh, good. Is that okay if I start at 0?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? Up 2/3. Is y by itself on the other one? No, what do I need to do? Yeah, get rid of that 2. So I'm going to have y equals negative 3/2 x minus 2. The only reason I wrote the y on the left side is because you guys like it better over there. Okay. What's M? Negative 3/2. What's B? Negative 2. Oh, beautiful. Let's start at negative 2. Down 3/2 because it's negative. Always go to the right. Oof, that one looks really nice. Bless you. What do you notice about the intersection? It's a right angle. They form right angles. Find a pattern with the slopes. So let's look back at the slopes. This one, we had a negative 3/2 and a 2/3. What do you see there? They are flipped. And what else? One's a negative and one's a positive. So we're going to say they are opposite and flipped. Ooh, that's really not mathematical sounding, is it? Huh, what's that, what it's called when you flip a fraction? Anyone remember? Reciprocal, so they're opposite reciprocal. So on the next one, it says draw a conclusion. So what kind of lines do we have? Oh, what kind of lines are those though? Perpendicular. So if two lines are perpendicular, then their slopes are opposite reciprocals. So sometimes I'll use the math terms opposite reciprocals. Sometimes I'll say change and flip, change the sign and flip, change the sign and flip. I'll do both. Okay. Getting less of a packet, right?
Yeah.
Getting less of a packet. All right, next page. 13, it says, what is the slope of a line that is perpendicular to this line? Well, if they're perpendicular, what happened with the slopes? We just talked about it. Opposite reciprocal. Well, what's the slope here? 4, okay. So I need to do opposite reciprocal of 4. Negative what?
4.
Flip it. How do I flip 4? 4 is 4 over what? It would be 1/4 because 4 is 4 over 1. So if I flip that, that is negative 1/4.
So you're basically looking at 4 as a fraction?
Yes, you're looking at 4 as a fraction. 4 over 1, flipping that, 1/4. And make sure you switch the sign. This was positive, so it becomes negative. Okay, and if we look back, that makes actually a lot of sense. If we look back here, this one we had a -2 and a positive 1/2. So they flipped that -2 to make it a half, change the sign. They did it here, a 1/3 to a -3. Okay, see that now? All right, let's try the next one. 14 says, what is the slope for a line that is perpendicular to x equals -6? Well, if I have an x equals, is that a vertical line or a horizontal line? That is a vertical. So x equals -6 looks something like this, right? It's this vertical line straight up and down. If I want a line to come in and be perpendicular to this line, what has to happen? How's that line going to come in and be perpendicular? Just like this, right? So it's this horizontal line. What's my slope here? 0. You answered it. I need that line to come in just like this. This has a slope of 0. Next one. Write the equation for a line. Oh, if it's asking for an equation of a line, what do I need to write? Y equals mx plus b. Why have I heard that before? Yep. Okay, that is perpendicular to this. Well, first of all, is that in our favorite form?
No.
No, let's make that happen first. So move that 8x over. So I have -4y equals 12 minus 8x. Now what? Yeah, we need to divide by -4 on every single darn thing. So I have y equals -3, and then a negative over negative makes a positive. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So what's my m there? 2. Okay, but I want it to be perpendicular. So what do I need to do with this slope of 2? Yes, change and flip. So it's going to turn into a negative and then 1 over 2. Beautiful. So I have a -1/2 for my slope now. I'm gonna put that back in here. Y equals -1/2 x plus b. Oh no, I still don't know b. What other information did they give me? Passes through the origin. What's the origin? 0, 0. Oh, if I'm passing through 0, 0, where did I cross the y-axis? At 0. So what is b then? 0. Yeah, y-intercept is 0. Right here, passes through the origin. So y equals -1/2 x plus 0. Do I need to put plus 0? No. Now, if you would have started plugging in the origin 0, 0, would you have ended up finding that b was 0? Yeah, that would have been fine. You could have done it that way too. 16, it says write an equation for the line. Hey, what do we need? You guys are going to be so good at y equals mx plus b before you get out of here. It's going to be good. Oh, it's perpendicular to this line. Oh, shucks. So what do I need to take from that information? If it's perpendicular to that line, what do I need to find from that line? The opposite reciprocal. I need to find that m. What's my m here? -1/3. So I need to do opposite reciprocal. So what's going to happen to that? It's going to flip, which is 3, and turn positive. So a +3. Woohoo! That's my m. I am. Y equals 3x plus b. Oh, shucks. Now I'm stuck again. I can, can't I? I can use the points they give me, x and y, because they're telling me it goes through that point. That's beautiful. I'm going to put in the -10 for the y. -10 equals 3 times 0 plus b. Oh, 3 times 0 is what? 0. Oh, what's b? -10. Hey, they kind of told you right away. Did they tell you where they crossed right away? Yeah, they did. All right, so make your equation. Y equals 3x minus 10, or plus a -10, however you want to write that. Oh. 17. Determine whether the pair of line is parallel. If they're parallel, what's the same? Slope. So m. Same m. If they're perpendicular, what do you know? Opposite reciprocal, right? So change and flip, right? Change and flip which one? What letter? The m. Oh. So really all we care about is what? The slope. I really only care about the slope, right? Okay, but you still need them in your favorite form to begin. Is this in my favorite form?
No.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yes. What's my m? 2. Wonderful. Do I need to know b? No, I don't really care about b. I just need m. Is this in my favorite form? No. Move that one over. Boop, boop. That's gone. What's m? -2. Are they the same? No. Are they opposite reciprocals?
No.
No, because if I flip 2, that would turn into a half, and then it'd have to be -1/2. So if it's not parallel, it's not perpendicular, what is it? Neither. It is okay to get a lot of neithers on this page. So you need to finish this page before tomorrow, which you have plenty of time to get that done right now. And then I will not be here tomorrow.